Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope you all had a wonderful day and evening. My people are all gone, and I'm feeling a little lonely, so I am going to start the Snow Queen. And I'm going to show you the front cover. And I'm sure that most of you don't need to see the pictures because you're old enough. But if you want to, I will show them to you. And we're going to start right now. And it's actually, it's part of a PBS holiday special, so maybe some of you parents, if you actually want to see it, you might be able to do that. Okay. Long ago, in a little town, freezing water came. All along the chimney pots, over the cobbles and white rooftops, snow felt soft on snow. Nothing stirred except for the wind that whipped round corners and down alleyways. In a gray doorway, a ragged boy shivered. His name was Kay, and he was all alone, his only friend a little flute that he played for company. The stuttering notes fell onto the air to be snatched by the wind and carried off. And poor Kay was pinched by the devilish cold. Out of the gloom, two figures appeared, hurrying in the chill. It was Gerda and her mother coming home to light the fires. "Mother," said the girl, "that boy looks so unhappy." "Give him this," replied the woman, "but hurry up, Gerda, it's cold." Gerda pressed a coin into Kay's shivering hand, and its warmth comforted him. The night grew colder still, and snow swirled about. From her bedroom window, Gerda watched the thick snowflakes. "They're like a million bees," said her mother. "Then there must be a queen somewhere," asked Gerda. Her mother answered in a hushed voice, "Yes, she's the Snow Queen. Her touch is colder than the devil's kiss." That's what your grandfather used to say. You can't see her, but she's out there watching where the storm is busiest. Gerda shivered at the thought. She couldn't forget about the poor boy outside. When her mother left the room, she crept to the window, opened it, and threw a soft white blanket down to him. Kay was grateful for this small kindness. He wrapped the blanket tightly around himself and settled down to rest. Snow fell fast on snow, and the boy sank into sleep. In the eerie silence, only snowflakes drifted by. Then out of the dark flew a glistening sledge, pulled by 5 white swans, and on it sat a beautiful lady, glittering like ice. Her skin was pale. Her eyes were black and restless as the wind. She wore a cloak of billowing snow, and she sparkled with bright jewels. It was the Snow Queen. She had come for Kay and beckoned him to come away. Suddenly a bright light shone and woke Kay from his dream. The snow still fell, but the Snow Queen had gone. Kay felt a gentle hand on his arm, warm and comforting. "Come inside," said Gerda's mother. "You can stay with us tonight." And so it was that Kay found a home and lived with Gerda and her mother. Winter was no longer cold and dark, but a magical world of white. Every day Kay played with Gerda, sledging and making snowmen. No children were ever happier than these kind and loving friends. Until one day when everything changed. Kay was in the forest, pulling Gerda on her sledge. Along the track were Peter and Stefan, the naughtiest boys in town. They had tied their sledges to a farmer's cart and were being pulled along in the snow. They mocked and laughed at the poor farmer, who was innocent of their tricks. Kay's heart beat with excitement. "Look how fast they're going," he thought. "I want to do that too." But before he could join in their cruel fun, the boys had sped past and were gone. That night, Kay and Gerda sat by the window. The snow fell like a thick blanket. "I wonder if the Snow Queen is watching us," said Gerda. "Mother says her heart is colder than ice." "I've seen her," said Kay. "She's more beautiful than you can imagine and sparkles like diamonds. When she comes here, I will let her in so you can see her too." "You haven't seen her," laughed Gerda, as her mother joined them at the window. "And anyway, if she does come, I shall melt her on the stove." Kay felt a stab of anger. Why didn't Gerda believe him? That night, he tossed and turned in bed. You wait, I'll show you, he said angrily. Suddenly, an eerie light glowed outside in the darkness. Kay crept out of bed and opened the window. A blizzard raged, and snowflakes pelted down, sharp like icy splinters. As Kay looked up, one flew into his eye, and he felt a searing pain. There's something in my eye, he screamed, and blood trickled down his cheek. Outside, in the whirling flurry, the icy snow queen smiled. Gerda, awoken by the noise, ran to the window and shut it. What's the matter, Kay? She said to her friend, but Kay turned on her in fury. Leave me alone, you stupid girl. Go away and let me sleep. Gerda was hurt by his vicious words, and hot tears filled her eyes. When morning came, Kay's bed was empty, and Gerda's sledge was gone. The sullen boy had slipped away and left the sleeping girl behind. Kay didn't want to play with Gerda anymore or join in her silly games. He wanted to laugh and make fun of people, like his new friends Pieter and Stefan did. Later that day, when Kay was playing with his new friends, a strange noise came from the sky, like the rushing of winter winds. Suddenly, behind the trees, a crystal sledge flew past. A dazzling woman dressed in white looked towards the boys. It was the Snow Queen. Quick as a flash, Kay grabbed his sledge and tied it onto hers. Peter and Stefan watched in awe as their friend was whisked away. When Gerda came to look for him, she asked the boys where he was. He's gone, said Peter. He went towards the river. High above in the leaden sky, the Snow Queen and Kay rode away to the north. Far below, Gerda called for Kay, but there was no reply. All that was left of him was the little sledge which fell from the sky and crashed unseen into the silent river. That's it for tonight. There are going to be 3 more nights of this, so I wanted to keep the videos a little bit smaller so you could load them. So ladies, McKenna and Katie and anybody else who wants to watch, I hope you come back tomorrow and 2 more nights after that, so we'll end the night before Christmas, before New Year's. Anyways, I hope you all had a good Christmas, and I hope you're hugging your loved ones. Take care. Let me know what you're reading. Be good. Talk to you later.